Now, let's talk about very hamstring-specific complexes, my top two. First one is the bilateral stability ball, or if you don't have a stability ball, you can use a bench or a chair. Now, it involves 3 different exercises. I've provided you the sets and reps here. It's basically 14 to 20 reps of each, depending on your ability. We'll go to the gym floor now to demonstrate and show you how it's done. So this is the stability ball hamstring hat trick. I'm going to show you the 2-leg version and the 1-leg version. So first, I want my knees bent about 15, no more than 20 degrees or so. Heels are off the ball. Toes are driving into the ball like a calf raise. And then from there, you just lift it. I know it looks like the ball is going to shoot out in front of you, but as long as the floor is not slippery, it won't go anywhere. Then I bring the ball in so that my heels and the back of my Achilles are on the ball. And then I do leg curls. The big thing with the leg curls, make sure that you bring your hips up. Don't let your hips sag like this like a lot of people do. Hips come up as the heels come in. Hips come up as the heels come in. Now, when I finish that last leg curl, I go to heels on ball. Now knees are bent at 90 degrees. Drop my butt, raise my hips. Now notice my toes are off the ball, my heels are on the ball. Again, get those hips as high as you can. Single leg version is just as the name would imply. The form is the same on everything, except you just do all your reps on a single leg. With the non-working leg would be pulled up here. Don't let it sag here. Pull it all the way up. Kind of keeps your pelvis neutral. You'll do reps on both sides. Then you bring the ball in. Again, make sure the hips come up as you do it. Both sides. And then heels on ball, hip bridges. Now, the reason why I have the bench right here is because the other version, let's say you don't have a stability ball, no problem. Chair, bench, even something a little bit higher than this, like in a hotel room, like the end of a chair, even the end of a bed, works really well. You don't necessarily want something lower than this, but something higher than this makes it a little easier to use your hips and not overuse your low back. So same applies. Toes on the bench. Notice they're in the front of the bench there. Knees bent about 15 to 20 degrees. So I don't want my knees straight and I don't want them bent 90 degrees. And up I go. Kind of like an isometric calf raise there, driving my toes into the bench. Now I have to move my body in. This one gets us a little bit different. I have to come in to do the double leg hip lift. Heels on bench. And of course, I can do the 1-leg or 2-leg version. I'm demonstrating the 2-leg. Now, you can't do a leg curl here. So this is where it difference is. It's a little bit different than the stability ball. You spin around and you go into your hip thrust. Whether you do 2-leg hip thrust or whether you do 1-leg hip thrust. So keep in mind, if you're going to go single leg, you do all your reps on the left and all your reps on the right. Go to the next exercise. All the reps on the left, all the reps on the right. Next exercise, so on and so forth. If you're doing 2-leg, you finish all the reps of the one exercise before moving on to the next. You're going to do this circuit style, and you don't rest until all the reps of every exercise is done. All right, so the next of the 2 hamstring complexes is a unilateral version. Again, it involves a stability ball, or it involves a bench if you don't have a stability ball, or a chair if you're just in a hotel room. So it's basically a single leg version of the 3 exercises that you saw, but you need to progress to the single leg version by getting better at the double leg version. So that's the difference. And you need to start where you're at and gradually progress there. Okay, how would we progress those hamstring complexes from bilateral 2-leg to 1-leg unilateral? Per side. So as you can see here, I've laid it out where you start off doing the bilateral version, and then we continue through, and then once you get to workout 6, where you're doing 2 sets of 20 reps, 20 reps, 20 reps with 3 minutes break, then what we do is we switch you to the unilateral version at workout 7. Now again, you might not progress at this level. Everybody's a little bit different. But I just want you to see how the scheme works and how you would progress if you trained with me. Obviously, we would take as long as you need to let us successfully move through this progression. Some people move through it faster than others. So in this case, in this sample, workout 7, you go to 2 sets bilateral version. And what you do is 8 reps per leg of the first exercise, 7 reps per leg of the second, and 6 reps per leg of the third. And then as we progress, we gradually add reps in as you go. So again, incremental, gradual, progressive overload.
Clap your hands now.